Hello, everyone. My name is Brian Thomas Jr., and today I'll be presenting the question that's being asked, which is, are we already becoming post-human? I chose to focus on the route of technological integration, more in depth of how AI is improving humans' abilities while also changing our identity or what it means to be human. I chose this topic because AI plays a big role in today's society and jobs, education, communication, and just every decision we make on a day-to-day basis. So I thought it would be a pretty cool topic to talk about. So in order to start, we will first talk about post-human concept and what does that even mean. So what does a post-human world mean to you? The first thing that might jump to your head is a world where humans don't even exist, but that's not necessarily what it means. Post-human world is when technology changes our abilities and identities in the way of life, but that alters our current definition of humanity as it stands now. So there are four main areas connected to this concept, which I'll go over. The first one, as I selected, was technological integration. The next, which the technological integration deals with AI, biotechnology, and machines. The next one is digital existence. Digital existence is like online identity and virtual self. So maybe you playing the game and stuff like that, that would be more digital or virtual reality kind of. Ethical and philosophical shifts involve questions about freedoms and rights and just your personal self, basically, like anything that involves you, your rights or freedom. Environmental impact, that considers how human activity and technology are transforming the planet together, like a combination, or even sometimes individually, but it's just how it affects the world around us. And my presentation, like I mentioned, focuses on technological integration. So let's dive into that. So as we know, I'll be talking about artificial intelligence, but more in detail, the technological singularity. So what is singularity? Singularity is a possible point when humans create an intelligence that is greater than our own. Venner Vinge argues that once this happens, technological progress could become faster and more difficult for humans to predict or control, so it'll be haywire. He writes that we are on the edge of change comparable to the rise of human life on Earth. Vinge also describes intelligence amplification. This is when computers enhance human intelligence instead of completely replacing it. So this possibility could really blur or affect the boundary between humans and machines. So it would be hard for us to kind of comprehend what is a human. And as you can see in the picture on the slide, you see the purple line as human intellect, and you see where it meets the machine intelligence and it branches into a transhuman, which combines, and you can see the intellect power is way higher than a human itself. So that would be the combination. So you may be asking, why does this issue matter? This issue matters because AI is already reshaping the world we know in human life. AI is becoming more capable of automation and entering complex professions, and people are becoming increasingly dependent on digital systems. According to Pew Research Center, 52% of workers are worried about the future impact of AI in the workplace. 32% believe it will reduce their job opportunities, while only 6% think it will create opportunities for them. So, based off looking at these findings, we could see that yes, AI definitely has its benefits, which people recognize, but the big concern on employment, independence, and control is a big flat red flag that a lot of people see too. So now I'll provide you with three sources that connect a prediction about the future from the evidence we have in the present or now. Vinge predicts that greater than human intelligence could cause rapid and unpredictable technological progress, which I explained earlier. The Stafford AI Index provides evidence that AI is already advancing quickly. In the graph shown in the presentation, the dashed line represents the human baseline. Several AI systems, as showed, have reached or surpassed that line in areas such as classification, language understanding, reading comprehension, mathematics, and science questions. However, as you can see, AI remains below humans in certain areas, showing that it hasn't surpassed people in everything just yet. Pew, the the article that I inducted into this, they showed that human impact. Uh, it showed the human impact by workers being worried and about losing opportunities and everything. So together, these three sources demonstrate that the movement toward a post-human future is very real, and it may have already begun. So, based off our last slide, as we may know, the post human era might be in full effect and on its way coming now. Let's look at the pros and cons of AI. AI can help people complete work faster, improve medical care and education, increase access to information, and expand human abilities. However, there's a negative to everything. With these benefits comes the bad. If AI becomes more intelligent than humans, it may become more difficult to control. Automation could displace workers, leaving people out of jobs, while expensive technological enhancements could create greater inequality. Privacy is another concern because advanced AI systems depend on large amounts of personal data. Vinci presents both the singularity and the intelligence amplification, but even enhancing humans through technology raises questions about identity, independence, and who receives access. So it's a lot of what ifs when it comes to all this. But have no fear. With every problem, there is a solution. So we will be looking at how can we make this work when both worlds collide, and how can we produce a graceful landing? So let's see. There's several ways society can respond to these concerns. Ethical standards should be established before AI becomes even more powerful. And humans should be in the driver's seat and responsible for important decisions, while AI systems aid and help. AI systems should also be transparent so people understand how conclusions are reached. AI, I believe, should also support human judgment instead of automatically replacing people. So I feel like we should feed off each other rather than one just holds the spotlight or boosts the other out of work. And technological benefits should also be distributed fairly rather than controlled only by wealthy individuals or powerful companies. So, my personal view is that AI should continue advancing, but it should enhance humanity without removing human dignity or freedom or responsibility. Okay, all in all, artificial intelligence could greatly expand human intelligence and abilities. However, it could also reduce employment opportunities, increase inequality, and weaken human control. So, technology today is beginning to change what society considers uniquely human. So, ethical responsibility must develop alongside technological progress. I want to leave everyone with two questions today, and just to ask yourself or to respond. And I want to hear what you guys think. But first, if technology makes us more capable, at what point do we stop being fully human? Secondly, will you accept an AI enhancement if refusing it place you at a disadvantage? And that's all for today. I thank y'all and stay blessed. I love you guys. Oh, one more thing. For my research, I use Vinci essay to explain the technological singularity and intelligence amplification. I selected the Stanford AI Index because it provides current evidence of rapidly advancing AI performance, as the graphs I've shown in the PowerPoint. I also used the Pew Research Center study because it shows how workers currently feel about AI effect on employment. And together, I feel like all these three sources connect the theoretical idea of post-human future to present day. and technological progress and its effects on a society. So thank you.